A time of change. The 1970s in America, the 1970s in the United States were a time of great change and upheaval. It was a decade marked by significant social, political, and economic transformations that would shape the future of the nation. The post-war boom that had fueled prosperity in the 1950s and 60s was over, leading to economic challenges. The Vietnam War was casting a long shadow over the country, causing deep divisions and widespread protests. The country was grappling with social and political unrest, as movements for civil rights, women's liberation, and environmental protection gained momentum. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, there was also a sense of optimism, a belief that technology and innovation could solve the nation's problems and usher in a brighter future. This was a time when people believed in the power of progress. This optimistic spirit was particularly evident in the American automotive industry, which was seen as a symbol of American ingenuity and strength. Detroit continued to churn out powerful, stylish cars, catering to the public's insatiable appetite for larger-than-life vehicles. These cars were not just modes of transportation, but also symbols of status and freedom. It seemed like a time of limitless possibilities, where every year brought new and exciting advancements in automotive technology. Car shows became events where the latest innovations were showcased, capturing the imagination of the public. However, this era of abundance and optimism was not to last. The economic landscape began to shift. The 1973 oil crisis struck a major blow to the American economy, leading to long lines at gas stations and a sense of uncertainty. It forced a dramatic shift in consumer behavior, particularly when it came to automobiles. People began to reconsider their love for big, gas-guzzling cars. The era of the gas-guzzling behemoth was coming to an end, making way for a new era of fuel efficiency and practicality. Smaller, more fuel-efficient cars became the new norm, reflecting the changing priorities of American consumers. The 1973 oil crisis was a watershed moment for the United States. The Arab oil embargo, imposed in response to American support for Israel in the Yom Kippur War, sent shockwaves through the nation's economy. Long lines at gas stations became a common sight as fuel prices skyrocketed and shortages became widespread. The impact on the automotive industry was immediate and profound. Americans accustomed to cheap and plentiful gasoline were suddenly forced to confront the reality of fuel scarcity. The demand for large, powerful cars plummeted as consumers sought out smaller, more fuel-efficient vehicles. This shift in consumer demand caught many American automakers off guard. They had built their empires on the premise of bigger, better, and more powerful vehicles. The oil crisis exposed the vulnerability of this approach, forcing the industry to rapidly adapt or face the consequences. It was against this backdrop of uncertainty and change that Malcolm Bricklin, a charismatic and ambitious entrepreneur, made his entrance into the automotive world. Bricklin had already made a name for himself by importing the Subaru 360, a small and affordable Japanese car, to the United States. However, Bricklin had a much grander vision: to create a sports car that was not only stylish and exciting to drive, but also inherently safe. Bricklin's vision was bold, even audacious. He envisioned a car that would challenge the status quo of American car design, a car that would prioritize safety without sacrificing performance or aesthetics. This vision would eventually take shape as the Bricklin SV1, a car that embodied both the anxieties and the aspirations of the 1970s. The SV1, which stood for Safety Vehicle 1, was designed to be a radical departure from the norm. It would incorporate a range of innovative safety features that were virtually unheard of at the time, features that Bricklin believed would revolutionize the automotive industry. Section 4, Safety First, the SV1's groundbreaking features. The Bricklin SV1 was a showcase of safety innovations designed to protect its occupants in the event of a collision. This car was ahead of its time, setting new standards in automotive safety that many modern vehicles still follow. One of its most distinctive features was its integrated safety bumpers, which could withstand impacts at speeds of up to 10 miles per hour without damaging the car's frame. These bumpers were not just functional but also seamlessly integrated into the car's design, maintaining its sleek and futuristic look. These bumpers, made of a special energy-absorbing material, were a far cry from the flimsy chrome appendages found on most cars of the era. They were designed to absorb and dissipate energy, reducing the force of impact and thereby protecting both the vehicle and its occupants. Another key safety feature was the SV1's lack of a conventional front grille. This design choice was not just about aesthetics, it was a deliberate move to enhance safety. Instead, the car featured a unique clamshell design with a front end that pivoted upward to reveal the headlights and engine compartment. This innovative design minimized the risk of injury to pedestrians in the event of a collision, as there were no protruding elements to cause harm. This design not only gave the car a futuristic appearance, but also served to minimize pedestrian injuries in the event of a frontal impact. The smooth, grille-less front end was a revolutionary concept that set the SV1 apart from other vehicles of its time. In addition to these exterior safety features, the SV1 also boasted a robust roll cage integrated into its structure. This roll cage was designed to provide maximum protection to the occupants in the event of a rollover, ensuring that the cabin remained intact and safe. This cage, designed to protect occupants in the event of a rollover, was a testament to Bricklin's commitment to making safety an integral part of the car's DNA. The SV1 was not just a car, it was a statement of what the future of automotive safety could look like, blending innovative design with practical safety features to create a vehicle that was truly ahead of its time. Section 5, a reflection of an era. The SV1 and 1970s car culture. The Bricklin SV1 was more than just a car. It was a reflection of the anxieties and aspirations of the 1970s. This decade was a time of significant transformation in the automotive world, marked by a blend of innovation and caution. On the one hand, the car's emphasis on safety spoke to the growing awareness of automobile accidents as a major public health concern. The rising number of road accidents had made safety a paramount issue, leading to a cultural shift in how cars were perceived and designed. The 1970s saw the rise of consumer advocacy groups and government regulations aimed at making cars safer, and the SV1 seemed to be at the forefront of this movement. These groups pushed for stricter safety standards, and the government responded with new regulations that car manufacturers had to follow. On the other hand, the SV1's sporty styling and emphasis on performance appealed to the American love affair with the automobile as a symbol of freedom and individuality. The car's design was a nod to the era's fascination with speed and style, capturing the imagination of a generation. The car's gull-wing doors, a feature more commonly associated with exotic sports cars, gave it a futuristic and glamorous aura, making it stand out in a crowded market. This design choice was not just about aesthetics, it was about making a statement. While its powerful V8 engine promised an exhilarating driving experience, the engine was a testament to the era's engineering prowess, offering both power and performance that appealed to car enthusiasts. Despite its safety-conscious design, the SV1 did not shy away from appealing to the emotive side of car ownership. It was a car that promised not just safety, but also excitement and adventure. It was a car that aimed to capture the zeitgeist of a nation grappling with change, a nation that was redefining its identity in the face of new challenges and opportunities. The SV1 was a symbol of this transition, embodying both the fears and hopes of its time. A nation that still yearned for the open road even as it confronted new realities. The SV1 was more than just a vehicle, it was a statement, a reflection of an era that was as complex as it was transformative. Section 6 of Teething Troubles, Production Woes and Early Challenges. Despite its promising design and innovative features, the Bricklin SV1 faced an uphill battle from the start. Production delays plagued the car from its inception. The company, based in New Brunswick, Canada, struggled to ramp up production to meet initial demand. Quality control issues also surfaced, marring the car's reputation and leading to costly warranty repairs. These early production problems were compounded by the SV1's unconventional construction. The car's body was made of fiberglass, a material that was relatively new to mass-produced automobiles at the time. While fiberglass offered advantages in terms of weight and corrosion resistance, it also presented challenges in manufacturing and assembly. The company's inexperience in large-scale automotive manufacturing became increasingly apparent. Delays mounted, and the quality of the finished cars often fell short of expectations. The SV1, conceived as a groundbreaking safety car, was already facing an uphill battle for credibility. Section 7, From New Brunswick to Bankruptcy, the SV1's Financial Struggles. The Bricklin SV1's financial woes were as dramatic as its design. The company, heavily subsidized by the Canadian government, struggled to become profitable. Cost overruns and production delays drained the company's resources. The energy crisis of the mid-1970s further dampened demand for the car as consumers grappled with rising fuel prices and economic uncertainty. Despite its initial promise and the backing of the Canadian government, the Bricklin Motor Company was unable to overcome its financial challenges. The company declared bankruptcy in 1975, bringing an end to production of the SV1 after just 3 model years. A total of just under 3,000 cars were produced, a far cry from the ambitious sales targets Bricklin had initially envisioned. The SV1's demise was a cautionary tale of ambition clashing with the realities of the automotive industry. It highlighted the immense challenges of launching a new car company, especially one with such a radical and unconventional product.